Here we go. We are on the air. No radio. How you doing? Greetings and salutations.
What up, what up, what up?
What up, though?
What it do, Q?
How's everything going, sir? It's been a minute.
It's going, man.
Let's see. What we got? I got a couple of interesting things to talk about this evening. Let me tweet this out to the masses. Give me a second. I gotta get used to tweeting, sir. I gotta use Twitter to try to make money. Oh no. Where's my Twitter? There it is. Alrighty. Put that there. Paste. But how's everything going, sir? You've been ripping and running. I've been ripping and running. I think a lot of us has been ripping and running, and I'm trying to do multiple things at the same time. Apparently, my brain does not like multitasking. Mr. Carter Maine, what's up, sir? What it do? All right, hold on. Hey, what's up, Gene? All right. That's that one. And that one. Put that there. And trying to do multiple things at the same time. And I need to get better at this. The only problem is I can't get the link until I go live. If I could, I would already had it pre-prepped. I don't get the link until I go live before I can go live, which is weird. All right, so pull my studio up. Gene, Mr. Carter Maine, what's up? All right, so this week has been a pretty good news week. I got to start with Verizon tonight. But I don't want to start directly with Verizon yet. I want to start with T-Mobile first. And the reason why I want to start with T-Mobile is because I'm showing a compare and contrast between the two companies and the way that they do stuff. So this article is to showcase what T-Mobile's doing right now. So, No Radio, did you hear that they have new 5G gateways coming out? And these new 5G gateways, what is it, a new Arcadia and some new one by Stercom. So these two are going to be the new ones that's going to be hitting the market, and they're going to be limited carrier aggregation support. So they're going to the previous ones were only LTE aggregation. So you probably only got like 2 bands, maybe 3 bands of LTE, and maybe it will aggregate 5G together with it. if it was available. These are going to be able to aggregate 5G since you got multiple bands of NR on air for T-Mobile. And one of the bigger things is right here for me is what details are we getting in it? So, of course, LTE bands of 2, 4, 5, 12, 25, 48, 66, 71. But then also support for 5G bands of, what's up, Cade? Band 25, 41, 48, 66, 71, and 77. Which is 77 on DoD?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they pretty much are trying to make this a little bit more future proof.
Cold take coming up.
Uh-oh.
Matter hot. It's cold.
A cold take.
The gateway isn't their biggest problem.
What is the biggest problem?
It's their lack of network slicing or QCI for the home internet that's adequate.
But the argument could be said that the gateway is not adversely affecting the network yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're bringing new gateways, but that doesn't, to me, it's not going to help the issues that come with T-Mobile 5G home internet.
But here's the thing: if you got gateways that can do standalone, then you could push those onto a network slice.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. It would have. But what I'm saying is, it would have been a better announcement to have network slicing turning on than a new gateway.
That would, but it's kind of like the devil's in the details, right? It's more along the lines of go ahead and push the product out there and get online first, and then you systematically start working towards your end goal as you get closer, right?
I'm not saying don't put the gateway out. I'm saying it doesn't matter that you put the gateway out. That's all I'm saying.
Why would you say it don't matter?
Because it's not going to help any of the pain points. It's just got more band support.
Well, I mean, these gateways are supporting more 5G bands.
That doesn't matter if you're still going to get shut down by the QCI. That's all I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing, though, Radio.
That's like telling me that the new Bugatti can do 350 now, even though the speed limit is still 70. Doesn't matter.
But
that's all I'm saying.
You look good in your Lambo at 35 miles an hour. Just remember
that. I'm just saying there's nothing to be excited about with these gateways. That's all I'm saying. This is wasteful news. To a certain extent, it's like, and let's just be real, bro. The average customer don't even know about this, and they're never going to know about this.
Yeah, well, I understand that.
It would be different if they said, "Hey, we're going to be launching these gateways as we roll out our it's 77, and we're going to dedicate it to the home internet."
So Gene said he had T-Mobile home internet and it was horrible. Wow, sir. How bad was it?
Basically, Keon, unless you live in rural, it is.
Well, here's the thing. I read an article just recently that said that the churn for the home internet has gone down.
Yeah,
so everybody, the nostalgia for it jumped, but now it's starting to stabilize itself out.
Yeah, but it's not going to grow as much. That's the thing. So basically, those people who did churn are never coming back. That's the problem.
All right, so Robbie said T-Mobile home internet works for him, even though sometimes it switches to N41. Do you see a performance difference when it starts switching like that? I'm curious because it should get better with more bandwidth allocated to it.
Yeah, but like I was saying, it's fine if you're in rural. But the problem is a bunch of people in the cities wouldn't got these, and they're getting deprioritized behind all the devices on the network. People in rural are probably going to have a perfect experience with this as long as they have a good signal.
That's true.
Perfect. My brother-in-law has perfect performance, but guess what? He's on a tower that hits 800 no matter what time of day it is. Right. So it doesn't matter. There's nobody on it.
With the update for your brother, has he already made a switch going to the local cable company yet? Because I know
he's not home enough to get it done. He's talking about it, but he's mainly doing it because, like I said, the mother-in-law wants the cable. She's 50-something. She still wants that cable. So it's going to be a better deal to just go ahead and get the internet and the cable together with the cable code.
Stories.
Yeah. So
But
even for
yeah,
him, a
so
person who's not having any problems, he's still going to end up back on traditional cable, not because the internet's not good, because he gets more value combining it with the TV product.
like with this article, of course they're showing out more information. So here they're talking about aggregating two LTE bands, like with 48 band 48 up to 20 megahertz, but then also carrier aggregating two 5G bands together, which like on my phone I get two carriers of N41 and you up to 100 megahertz plus 80, depending on which market you're in, where you're seeing 100 megahertz chunks in the 80 megahertz chunks. Here in DC, we're seeing 100 megahertz chunks with 50. They still got like 40 on air on LTE right now, which is weird. I don't know why they still doing that, but
I mean, here, if you're riding around, you're going to pretty much stay on standalone for the most part, and it's going to be agging 25 and 41, or it's going to ride 41 standalone most of the time.
but
Period.
also, but check this out. Also, these new new modems are going to come with support for external antennas. So,
Which is still fine, but that doesn't
but
change congestion.
but that changes. But that also
Signal
changes.
quality,
Like,
but not congestion.
yeah, I
What I'm
know
saying is,
that.
if the what I'm saying is, you can't you okay. It's no different than a person who has 10 meg internet, but they go get a Wi-Fi 6E router.
That's true. They're not going to see.
It's not
They're not
fixing
going to see. They're
anything.
not going to fix nothing. But
That's all I'm saying. So all
but
these extra features ain't helping the problem.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Follow me down the yellow brick road. Uh, if the number of views of somebody's channel is a testament to anything, if you go to the Nader Tater channel, you know the man does in-depth reviews and on how to extend your Wi-Fi, your Arcadia's range because he
And
does
I get
teardowns
that.
and stuff.
But
But
you're still
adding,
talking about if range is the problem. Once again, problem.
I don't. I think that range is the problem when you get out in rural
Bro,
areas.
there's people living under the damn tower that are having getting deprioed. It's
I
the
don't know.
depriode.
I
People are
don't know.
not saying I got weak signal. They're not saying it doesn't reach. They're saying it's getting deprioed.
I
I
don't
tell
know.
you I tell you my heart hurts, and you spend the whole doctor's visit looking at my foot. That's all I'm saying, dog. My heart hurts. Let's look at your toes.
But hold on. But here's the thing.
My heart hurts. Let's
You got a
check
lot of people.
that ball pattern you got on your head. Let's look at that.
But no, wait,
If
you got a lot of people looking at the ball spot though. I mean, I'm just saying, there's a
I
lot
didn't
of
say it. You go
people
they look and they go
looking
look at
at the
that ball
ball
spot.
spot though.
They go look at the ball spot while you in your casket.
Well, he got one video where he tore apart the one of the modems, right? Hooked up an antenna on it. He got over 100K views on it. So there's a lot of
Yeah, but
people
guess
that want you to
what?
look at that ball spot.
But guess what? Now move him to the middle of the city and tell me that that's his problem.
That's not gonna be his problem. We know that's not gonna be his
What I'm
problem.
saying is I don't see people talking about the signal being weak. That's not the reports. You keep talking about all these antennas and all this signal ain't the damn issue.
Well, I'm just saying, man. There's a
Congestion
lot of.
doesn't go away because you got better signal.
That's true. I
And these
understand that.
people are saying, so here's the deal, right? You can have that T-Mobile home internet at your crib right next to your phone, right? And your phone is over here pulling them 600 and the gateway is going to get throttled down because you're pulling 600.
That's true. Hey, well,
That's
hold
where the
on. So, hey, what's up, Carlos? Carlos is in the house. What's up, man? Hold on. He says a phone is fine to get DPRIO, but not the home internet. See, that's the thing. T-Mobile sees them flip differently.
and
They
that's the
see
problem.
they see the phone user as more important than the home internet user right
But
now.
this is why you need
So
network slicing.
you do need it,
That's
but
all I'm
it
saying.
but my take on it, a lot of people think is all or nothing. Is put the product out when it's ready versus just
No,
go
I'm
ahead and
not
get your
saying
stuff
don't
out
put
there
it out.
now.
I'm saying it doesn't matter that you put it out. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true.
It doesn't matter. You just got a new shiny gateway to sit in front of the turd. It doesn't fix the issues.
Yeah, look, I think that with them coming out with new modems, this is just another step in that direction to get to carrier aggregation and network slicing. I just think that's from my when I read the article, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I see the step progression. That step progression of we put something out, just go ahead and get it out there.
It's cool.
We make iterations
but
bit
it's
by
not
little
going to make
bit.
their sales go up.
That's true.
It's
I
not going to
understand.
make their retention any better. So it doesn't. I'm not saying don't put it out. I'm saying it doesn't matter. You can do what you want to do. It still don't matter.
I understand. Well, look,
They can steal the AT&T girl to come to your house with a skimpy shirt on to install it. It ain't gonna change the retention.
Leave the AT&T girl alone. She gets harassed enough. She gets harassed enough. They got YouTube. They got whole YouTube channels dedicated to her.
It dressed in a maid's outfit, and it ain't gonna change the retention of this thing.
No. Well, look, hey, for anybody that is interested, should be released October 12th of this year. Launch date also is August 22nd for the Sercom. No, the Sercom is October 12th. I think the new Arcadia is August 22nd. So if you're interested and you have one, I would like for somebody to get back at me and let me know how the new Arcadia performs. I think Robin said that they are using one. Hold on, let me see. It says they get 2 bars in their house internet right now. I'm getting 115 down and 3 up, I think. So, let me know if you decide to get the new one and how that performs. I'm curious. But let's see.
You know what they're gonna get with this? They're gonna have better peak speeds, and it's just gonna still kill you when you get deprioed.
That's true.
That's all.
Until they go network slicing, you're gonna be the back of the bus.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what gear you get.
But the reason why I brought that up first, and then this is the contrast to the second, is that Verizon is gone to Yahoo Finances and different other publications to start talking about their network slicing capabilities. So Verizon is talking about their network slicing capabilities, and if you feel like reading this article, it's on Yahoo, and I read through the whole article, and they're talking about their end-to-end network tailorings for specific applications and different things like that, which is good. The problem is there's no detail. It's more along the lines of lip service. We want to do virtual end-to-end network tailoring, but the thing is there's no what cellular bands are being used to do said network slicing. You need a standalone core, which they say they're going to have, and that majority of their traffic is going to be on later this year or later. Yeah, I think it was like later this year. But the thing is you need to what cellular bands are you using that are going to make this dedicated for it? Is it going to be band N5, N77? Is it going to be N77 with millimeter wave? How are you performing this end-to-end network, virtual network, without any details?
So basically, the like this is literally, if you really get to the meat of it, is say they do a dedicated lane for, say, a business, right?
Right.
It means that business connection never changes, regardless of the traffic on the network. Right. Never changes. If they're getting 100 meg, they always get 100 meg. It never changes. And that's the whole point of it.
I understand.
It'll basically let them operate within the network affected by all the other activities happening on said network. Has no effect on it.
And that's what network slices is supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's supposed to keep that allocated resources no matter what. The only problem is whenever, like, okay, so the reason why I say it like this is I'm looking at Verizon talking about something but not giving a lot of details on it, where T-Mobile seems to be like an open book and they just tell you everything they did and what they ate and what they pooped out also.
Not really, because they ain't told us nothing about how they're going to slice up anything either.
Well, they haven't revealed what they've done, but they also have said more than what Verizon's doing right now, which is just talking about network slicing.
Well, because Verizon is doing one thing. They're looking to monetize it in the commercial end first because there's more money to be made there. That's what they care about. Monetization. You know this.
I know.
Think about it. They already had to stop charging $10 for 5G. So now they're going to have to figure out how to monetize it. And they're going to go to this, they're going to go directly to the commercial world first and try to sell off excess capacity to as many commercial users as they can first. And then whatever's left, they're going to divvy it up amongst us peasants.
Yo, so Gene says everybody he has Verizon 5G home internet and he loves it. I think you're probably getting 300 by 25, and it stays at 300 by 25 no matter where you are.
That's if you're on the millimeter wave side.
Yeah, but he's in Delaware. I seriously doubt he got a millimeter wave node within his vicinity that he's picking up.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
he probably got N77. But he don't got a millimeter wave node.
I'm going to tell you, he's not staying at 300 if he don't.
All right, so he says all the carriers about the money and they are making and not giving a flush about us customers. Hey man, it's capitalism, baby. It's capitalism. That's capitalism, man.
Yeah. Nobody's saying they ain't all about money. They're just going to get the money different ways.
Yeah, that's capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
But no, look, I'm just saying, from me reading this article, I was expecting hey, this is what we're doing for the commercial side. This is what we're doing for the business side. The business side is getting dedicated 100 megabits per second on N5 and N77. That's what I'm expecting to see, a little bit more progression of what their network is actually able to do. Where T-Mobile was yo, every chance they got, they were talking about, yo, we're doing, 2 carrier aggregation, 3 carrier aggregation, 4, 5. Man, they're now talking about upstream carrier aggregation on NR now. And which bands they're planning on doing it with. But Verizon's very sketchy. They don't give away they don't let nobody know what's going on.
Yeah, but does it matter that T-Mobile tells you're doing 2 carrier 5G ag? Does it matter?
It gives you an idea how far along they are.
It's cool to know it, but it doesn't change your daily use.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But here's the thing: but no, radio. Let me ask this question. Look at it from this standpoint. How do you know what's going on with these carriers if everything you got to wait for is until you got it into your hands?
But my point is, the T-Mobile's the only one that gave a damn to tell you. So if the other ones don't care, why should they start caring now? Remember, us nerds are not the main customers.
I know this, man.
Why would you spend so much time satisfying just us nerds with information that no one else cares about?
I don't know, man. I think that people do care a little more.
No, bro. They don't, dog. I'm telling you, nerds care. You're in a chamber of nerds.
Well,
tell your next customer gets in the back seat, yo, T-Mobile got that 2 carrier ag on 5G.
That's not gonna work.
They gonna say and.
That's not gonna work, man. I know better.
The thing is, when you're in an echo chamber, you don't realize that you care about something that the rest of the world doesn't give a damn about. You think the stockholders at Verizon care about how many channels they're agging? They don't. You think that the banks who get out loans care? They don't. The people who matter don't care. Us nerds don't matter.
But you know what? Us nerds are the ones that push the market, though.
Not really. We don't push the market. We drag it behind us. There's a difference.
I don't know, man.
That means that we're on stuff first, and sometimes we're on stuff so first that the thing literally never rolls out, and they just ditch it because only we got on the boat. People always ignore the stuff that nerds jumped on, and nobody else did. Kind of like Stadia.
Oh, hey! I got a story about that one, sir. I got a story about that one.
Nerds jumped on the boat, and the rest of the world didn't follow. The world does not always follow nerds. Sometimes all it is we're early adopters, but we're not typically leading anybody to anything.
That's true, but you know what? Early adopters go ahead and break in people are going to end up doing, like, VR, AR. We're the first people, because by the time it gets down to what they
And
call casual users, it's already been flushed out. It's already kind of
yeah,
been
but who
perfected.
votes on whether? But who gets to vote on whether it's successful? It's the casual user, not the nerd. All the nerd does is find use case. The casual user is the voter of whether a product stays.
Yeah,
Being
true,
first
true.
to something doesn't guarantee it's a success.
Hey, I got to do something about my restrictions. I see. I read what Gene put out there, which was kind of cute, because he did what. Did you? Hey, no radio. Have you ever seen Battlestar Galactica?
No.
Well, the TV show was, it's on TV, and the way they got around cursing was to use substitute words.
Oh, just like BET.
Yeah, so it'd be, but no, but they would do it within the show, not BT going back and doing like voiceovers. BT did voiceovers. The show did like curse words, but use syllables differently so they could say it, because in certain instances the curse word actually fits. You know what I mean? So what Gene did, he did, like, he called it flush instead of the fuck, and it still blocked it. And I don't know why. I'm like, wow, that is strict. That is super strict. But hey, look, I do think that nerds do push the market, push people. Like, I'm just saying, do you think that Apple would be coming out with a VR headset if it wasn't for the fact that nerds have been pushing the whole idea of VR? Oh, he's on mute. Cabe, Cabe, you're an evil person. Google Stadia is not dead. It's not dead, and I got an article to prove it. All right, so I just wanted to talk about that with you guys, about Verizon taking major steps for network slicing. To what degree they're doing a network slicing, we don't quite know yet. So let's pull this up. Now, for all the Apple users in the audience tonight, we got to give you some information you probably already know, but it's to help other people who don't know. Give me a second. Here we go. This article is from CNET, and Apple is ending support for certain iPhones this fall. So enjoy your iPhones, especially the older ones, because you will not be upgraded to iOS 17. And in this article, it talks about which iPhones are getting left behind. So let's get down here. So the iPhones that are compatible with iOS 17 are the iPhone XS, XS Max, XR. I didn't realize they did so many X's. The 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, 12, 12 Mini, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, 13, 13 Mini, 13 Pro Max, SE second generation. So the first generation is not going to make it. And the 14 in all its iterations, and the 14 Pro. And I'm going to presume the 14 Pro Max is in that too, because that wouldn't make any sense. But if you're an iOS user and you're still on an iOS 5, 6, 7, I think what it went all the way up to 8. You're gonna have some you're gonna have about to have some fun, because you're not gonna be able to get the new features from iOS on the older iPhones. So more deprecation in the iOS universe. If you are on an older iPhone, you might want to start thinking about going to like a Swappa or eBay and see about upgrading to another iPhone. You don't have to necessarily go all the way to the 14 or 13. You can go to the iPhone 11. You know, you could probably find an iPhone 11 at a reasonable price, or an XR or XS Max for a reasonable price. So you don't have to fully upgrade. That's what I tell people is the more cost effective way is just upgrade within your price range that you can afford. All right. Now, Cabe, you forced my hand, sir. You forced my hand. I'm going to do it. So I have an article here where it talks about something that has to do with Stadia. Oh no, that's not it. Where is that? That's not it either. Did I put it in here? Here it is. All right, so YouTube is keeping the Stadia heart alive, from what I can tell. How do you feel about doing video gaming through YouTube itself? So, anybody that understood how Stadia worked, I give you a quick rundown. Basically, it was cloud-based, a cloud-based application that allowed you to play video games online, directly online. And of course, YouTube is a parent company. I mean, YouTube is a company that's within Google, which is within Alphabet. But YouTube is talking about reportedly testing online games for mobile and desktop. And hold on, everyone in the chat, take this upcoming article with a great. Wow, Cade, you have no love, man, sir, man. But basically, Stadia. This is the evolution of what Stadia was for the most part. So the idea behind Stadia was to be able to game anywhere, and they shut down the studios. They did, the Google thing, which is don't support a product for no longer than 5 minutes. And I hate that fact because Stadia was a great idea, but you get a chance to look like it's being resurrected now with the idea of being able to have YouTube as the platform that everybody already goes to. And if you add gaming to that, you get a social aspect of gaming along with YouTube. I could see this probably working if you started off with YouTube because it's something that people already understand. I think that what was the downfall of Google Stadia was the disassociation between Google Stadia and then sociability. Yeah, you could have social games, but nobody really knew what it was. And I think that was the downfall of Google Stadia itself. Changing that to this now makes it where YouTube is the backbone. It becomes the definitive backbone for gaming as it is, which Twitch is known for just streaming, period, and everybody plays their games on YouTube on Twitch. But I think that the streaming wars are getting ready to heat up because if YouTube is doing this where they're going to add mobile gaming to YouTube, that's going to change where and how people interact with their phones and everything now. So if you get a chance, go to Engadget and read the article. Um, the whole idea is being able to have games that are interoperable for both Android and iOS. That's the holy grail because Apple doesn't quite like it when people infringe on circumventing their money, their way of making money. But that's just my opinion. But Netflix is doing something similar, which is doing Netflix for gaming. The whole idea is what you already know how to do, and then adding a gaming aspect onto that. So everybody knows how to stream. Now you adding a gaming feature onto that, which allows for more possibilities. Let's see. So, Cabe, I'm gonna need you to read this article next before you talk to me next time. All right. So, what do we got? What do we got? And here's another tool that's coming out for YouTube. And this kind of benefits all creators. So all creators that's on this platform having a wider audience to be able to contact and have a chance to have a bigger audience. So like for me, I speak only two languages, which is English and bad English. And YouTube is giving us the ability to transcribe our podcasts, like this one right here, or one of your favorite videos, into the language that can be seen by other people. So to be able to have your videos transcribed, it would be used to be a very daunting task. You had to go in and then you had to put in the words where you were speaking and correct stuff, and then you had to send it off to have somebody voice act it for you to bring it back and upload it so people in other countries can look at your videos also. Now YouTube is pretty much doing all this for you within minutes, which is good. Number two, it also makes it where you get more perspective from from other people. So hold on one second. So Gene, he said I saw on YouTube something new called fan funding for creators and have more than 400 subscribers. Okay, so that one is 500 subscribers and you need 3,000 watch hours. But that is so I can unlock the community features on the YouTube channel. So since I'm considered a smaller YouTuber, um, since I'm in the smaller YouTuber realm, I can unlock the community features, which from everybody's talking about this, and this happened about 2 weeks ago. Cade was the one that actually identified it for me, which I want to say thank you for sir. Is that he dropped it into my chat and let me know that this was happening, and then spurred on a whole bunch of YouTube searches. But to be able to unlock the community feature first before you become monetized by the YouTube ads second. And the whole reason, I think that the whole reasons why they are starting to do that is because it builds up a deeper bond with your community. So like for me, I see a lot of YouTubers, they do this. They do like member only streams and stuff, but I really don't see the whole purpose behind doing that, me personally, due to the fact that the whole idea is if your members are dedicated to you, then they're going to be the ones that stand behind you anyway. So dedicating a stream only for them is kind of weird. I mean, that's just for me. But yeah, it opens up super chats and super stickers and memberships for smaller channels earlier. And I'm pretty close. I'm at 489 subscribers, and I need about 400 more hours of watch time before I can unlock this new feature for the YouTube fan funding side. So please like, share, and subscribe, please, and look at some videos. Tell me what you think on the cellular side. But this also new tool from YouTube also should make it where I get access to a bigger audience. So there might be somebody that is in Dubai that watches YouTube and they go, "Oh, I can finally listen to people in America because it's transcribed in Arabic or whatever language that they listen to." I don't want to offend anyone, but I don't know what the language is. But like people who are in Japan, they'll transcribe it in Japanese. Australia, different dialects, different ways of doing stuff. But it also makes it where you have a bigger audience, or more of a wider audience that you can talk to. Kay says members only streams restrict the other parts of the community as well. Never been a fan of the concept, but I do get why creators do it. I understand why creators do it, but I don't like the idea behind it. I never quite liked the idea behind it because it excludes everybody else. Yeah, it rewards the people who are being loyal your to your channel, but you have a tendency to care more about the members more than you care about your community. Your community is people who are not subscribed to you too. What about the people who can't afford to buy a membership? You know what I mean? That's something that you have to think about also. And now you hide your content behind a members only stream that those people who are dedicated and watch you day in and day out can't do. That excludes them from being able to participate. So I feel differently about member only streams. If it's a feature that somebody really, 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 if a bunch of people really want, and I get to that place where I have to make a decision, maybe. But that's something I'm not really for personally. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Uh, but I'm looking forward to this tool when it starts rolling out. They're talking about being able to transcribe full videos in a handful of minutes using AI. So this company is called Allowed, and go to Engadget and look up this, and there's a video for it that basically overcomes the barrier language. More bigger community, more different diverse ideas comes from this, which is always good. You know, people who are in other countries have a different perspective on technology than people in America. You get get a good chance to uh, get a good feel for what other people might think. I think that brings us closer together. But let's see, what else do I got? What else do I got? All right, how about this one? So everybody that's probably watching this video probably has a cell phone. If not, you probably watching me on television, which is even better. But you probably heard of the technology called NFC, near field communication. Well, there's a near field communication consortium of different people and companies that look to try to make near field communication better. So if you've driven to McDonald's or you've gone to a drive-through or something along that lines, you know that it's kind of hard. You got to almost touch your device right directly on. You got to touch the device directly onto, said terminal. But and even sometimes it won't even work because you're out of position. So the NFC tech could be getting faster and going full contactless within the next couple of years. Now, how does this going to end up working? Well, the way it works currently right now is NFC uses radios between your device and the contacting surface that you want to interact with. Okay. Now, the thing is if you're not directly overhead, they'll give a false reading and you got to retry again. Well, NFC and the consortium around NFC wants to make it bigger. They want to make the field a whole lot wider. So let me see if I can find it in here where they talk about it. So they want to make the point-to-point delivery a lot bigger. So right here. So currently, right now, we're talking about a couple of centimeters, millimeters from each other. They want to make it like 5 to 6 times bigger. And that's a good thing because as you're trying to negotiate this stuff, NFC is starting to become more prevalent in airport terminals, metro terminals, drive-through terminals, terminals at 7-Elevens, convenience stores. The NFC is popping up everywhere. They want to expand the coverage so you can actually truly be contactless, where you don't have to physically touch the device on another device. And it should make transactions faster due to the fact that they expanded the field. And then on top of that, you get NFC wireless charging, which right now you can't do, but they're talking about doing at least like 1 to 3 watts of charging, depending on what's going on or whatever capabilities they might end up introducing. Maybe you have a IoT that doesn't need that much charging, but you can't run cables. You just put this somewhere close by, then bam, you're able to charge. Apple already kind of does this, but they probably have their own version of NFC where they're pumping up the power. But they're talking about Apple doing their tap to pay feature already lets iPhone users use phones as payment terminals. This would increase that capability, but then also being able to bring this to developing countries where Android is more prevalent. See, this is where I wish Brandon was here because Android is more prevalent in other countries than it is here in America. In America, Apple is king right now with the iPhone, but in other countries, Android is king because of how fast they adopt said cell phones. So if you are the type of person who's switching to tap to pay, I mean, I'm doing tap to pay on my watch to pay for my gas. I do tap to pay for drive through at the different drive through restaurants if they have it. This is only about getting better, not worse. What's up, Brandon?
What lies are you telling the community?
Man, I'm not telling lies to no one. I'm talking about NFC, man. You know what NFC is?
Isn't that the National Football League or something?
Wow, you really had to do that. No, that's only one half of the football anyway. You got the AFC. Then you got the AFC. Party har. No, this is a near field communication. So you know how you take your phone and you tap to pay?
Yeah, like at Walmart. Well, not Walmart, but Target and other retail stores.
Right. So they're talking about trying to improve it. So I was telling everybody that if you ever try to do NFC tap to pay and then all of a sudden it gave you an error code because it didn't read. I mean,
That's very inconvenient.
I've had that happen multiple times to me.
I think Apple is supposed to be fixing something like that in iOS 17 or something like that, or something where phones are going to be able to communicate better with them.
They're probably bumping up the power requirement on the chip. On the NFC chip, is power restrained to like a couple of milliwatts. But if you boost it, you can get you can be further away from the terminal and still exchange the information. That's the biggest difference between it right now. It's just to bump up the power. And Apple doesn't have to wait around for anybody. They can just do it on all their phones. So
right, because they started that back in 2014.
yeah, but Apple was very reluctant about doing it though. Apple was completely reluctant. They didn't jump onto the iOS banner until about 2014, 2015.
Well, I mean, that's when Apple Pay and all that stuff came out, but not like hardly anywhere was actually supporting it. Maybe it was a few corner stores or whatever, but that was basically it. It was maybe like 3 or 4 years later where it became a thing.
Oh, Gene says Apple Wallet is very difficult to use. I would have to kind of agree on that one, sir. I mean, I'm not an Apple person. I do have an iPhone, but I don't use it as
It's
my
not
daily.
bad. It's not hard to use. I mean, I wish it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish it would be better, but I feel right now it's perfect.
In what way?
Meaning that I hate taking my wallet to places.
Oh, look, my wife and what she's on Android. She doesn't take her wallet anywhere.
Yeah,
She
like
does she does all contactless payment.
yeah, but I mean, you still have a few places that don't support Apple Pay, but that's not really the point. The point is that I know that Apple is slowly rolling out driver license / ID to more states. I think recently they added Georgia. I know your
Yeah,
state's part of it. My state
Maryland's one
doesn't
of
have
them.
it. Yeah, my
But
state doesn't.
Here's the thing. Android's already doing it now. I'm surprised that iOS hasn't jumped onto it yet. I'm surprised Apple hasn't really pushed as hard because they were synonymous for trying to make sure everything stayed onto the phone.
Hmm. I mean, I like the wallet now, but that's the only thing that I wish that they would add is just more states. But other than that, it's really good.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I don't know, Cade, man. Android Pay. I got an article that kind of contradicts what you just said. I'll get to it in just a moment, but um, I disagree. Android Pay is a whole lot easier, man. I see a lot more
I've
people
never
using.
used an Android Pay, but I mean, when I've been to airports and everything like that, pulling out my phone and scanning the ticket or whatever, and me just going in like that, so good instead of me losing my freaking paper whatever to scan. I hate carrying paper.
But here's the thing: you're starting to see this happen on like transit also.
Yeah.
Transit is starting to get to the place where, like in this picture, like you being able to go up to a terminal and just take your phone out and boop, and then
Well, I know that New York announced last year that they would be getting rid of cards, that they would be eventually going all digital.
huh?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, Kay, can you do me a favor in the moderator tools? Can you see about turning down the restriction? That's if Kay should be still here. Can you see? Can you turn down the restriction on it? Because it's blocking a lot what Gene is saying, and I have not been able to find it in my moderator tools yet because he's not cursing. And I don't know why it's keep blocking it, and I don't know how to unblock it.
Oh,
But hey, look, my take on is making this technology even better is always a good sign. Always.
I mean, it is gonna get better, but slowly but surely. But at the same time, like, because like I've said before, these phones are basically our diary on steroids. They know everything. They know what they know they know they know our body language and everything, and they know our just a lot of things.
Well, here's the
And
thing: contactless payments are starting to become more prevalent every day.
It is, but you have places like Walmart where they're forcing you to um have their membership, which is $99 or $13 and
Yeah, but
$13 a year.
that's called ecosystem play. I mean, that's pretty much
Yeah.
what every company's trying to do. The only problem is by the time they try to get like by the time they get to the place where they become have any type of weight, tap to pay is going to be too prevalent. If anything, you're gonna look like a sore thumb sticking out there by yourself, not playing along. People might not even
I
come to
mean,
you if they realize
but
like how hard it is to do business with you.
but let's face it, a lot of people like I mean, I'm sorry. Let's face it, Walmart doesn't care because Walmart is literally a retail store in person on steroids. They don't care.
Huh. Now Gene says that he doesn't like digital driver's license. If I lose my phone, my license goes with it. Well, here's the thing though. If you lose your cash is gone. But if I lose my phone, unless you're a super hacker and you get to my phone before I can wipe it, I don't lose my money. That's something that I've had this conversation with between me and my brother a whole lot. He goes, "Oh, you need to carry more cash on you," and I said, "That's more opportunities for me to lose money, not keep money."
I'm not gonna. Never mind. I'd rather not say it.
No, you hey,
Um,
speak your mind, sir. Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
um,
If you
I
here's the
don't.
thing, if you lose your license, guess what happens when you lose your license? You have to go back to the DMV and get another one. And anybody who has been to a DMV, I don't care where you are in the nation, you don't like being there just because you lost your license. If your license is on your phone and different places take that as okay, we respect that as your ability to show us what you've done, then that's perfectly fine. I like that. And Austin, he said, I have to turn down my restrictions on my moderators can't do it. Okay, I gotta see about doing it. Because it keeps blocking what Gene says, and I don't want it. He's not cursing in our chat. He's just keeps restricting them.
Um, but yeah, a lot of places are, especially. I didn't know this until yesterday, but Snead said that in San Francisco, a lot of places do not accept cash.
Yeah, a lot of places don't now. I mean, the reason why is because of the opportunity of being robbed. Like you get as soon as you get to the place where there's no money exchanging, your threat level goes down. I used to be a cab driver. Let me put it like this: even though there's been how can you say it? There's been Uber drivers that have been carjacked and stuff. Understand it was way worse being a cab driver because as a person who drove a cab, I felt like a driving ATM because I had money on me all the time. I had to get inventive about where I place my money at in my car. I literally, well, I'm not a cab driver anymore, but this is what I ended up doing. I cut a slit hole in the carpet next to my right driving foot, so I would hide that day's stash away from people. So if I did get robbed, guess what? Oh, they only got my change. They didn't get everything that I worked for that day. Now, guess what? As an Uber driver, I don't have that threat all the time. The only thing I'm worried about is somebody steals my phones. And then what are you gonna do with a dead paperweight once I, call those phones in for being stolen?
I mean, you have a whole fucking pawn shop in your car.
I do not. I do not, sir.
You got a tablet, you got cameras, you got two big old phones, you got an iPhone, you have.
Yes, all of them are usable, sir. All of them are usable. You can use. I use my tablet. People listen to music in my car, and on top of that, I show like the ads that I make for me on that tablet, so it's mine. What's this? In Philly, retailers have to offer cash because of a lot of low income people don't have credit cards and iPhones with a wallet. I understand that everywhere can't go contactless. Understand? I mean, the thing is we're starting to get to the place where everything requires a chip on the phone. So it's not just NFC. It's you have to either do NFC tap or chip, which means that it's way more secure. Because as you start getting to the place where people are complaining that my card got stolen, the chip on the phone or on the chip on the card is more reliable because it physically has to go into a slot. It's about security too. It's about security, reliability, and people's inability to hack it, right? Or not so much as hack it, but to game the system. You can't be in one state in 5 minutes later in another, unless you live near the border between two states. I live in Maryland, but Virginia is like 15 minutes away. But that's always been a problem: is how did the person cross 15 different states in 5 minutes? That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to figure out how to combat, theft. But it's always good to see technology getting better. Especially the ones that actually help us along. Austin,
Oh
what's
my
up,
God,
sir?
my favorite Floridian.
Oh, well, thanks, Brandon.
The Floridians in the house.
Yeah, and he's not part of the swamp.
Oh,
What's your take
what
on NFT?
My take
I'm
on what?
sorry.
NFC,
NFC.
near field communication.
Oh, it's already in my iPhone. I don't care.
Yeah, but we're talking about it getting better.
I still don't care.
There you have it, folks. He doesn't care.
I'm pretty sure these nuts would care.
Oh Lord, and you come in with that.
Which one's better, these nuts or does Mitchell care?
Oh Lord, Austin. I have choice words with you, but not right now.
I also have a question. Does the laptop from hell get this improved NFC?
Probably.
Last
I
I
mean,
checked,
I
it
understand.
doesn't.
I don't necessarily see laptops with near field communication built in on them. They have fingerprints. They have fingerprints built in. They have on Windows. They do like the Windows Hello, which allows you to kind of use your
I'm sorry, the
face.
Mac doesn't do it.
Wait, what, Brandon?
No, I was saying the Mac the Mac does it, right?
What, NFC?
Yeah.
No, it does not have NFC.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that laptops have NFC. I mean, it would be a nice way of kind of extra security because that's what Google's doing, which is
The
using
iPad
my
has it.
phone. It uses my phone to validate whether or not am I trying to open a website or log into my laptop or something.
Well, the iPads, I know the iPads do have NFC.
8% battery. The watches also do as well.
Oh, the watches most definitely.
What else has NFC? I think the AirPods.
No,
Play.
it's only the iPhones, the Apple Watch, and the iPads. These iPads are used for the Apple Pay feature in stores.
And Gene
So are you
says
gonna
the
start
Google
talking?
Pixel has a bionic fingerprint sensor on the screen. Oh, they have it on the screen now? I thought they were still doing it on the back. I thought they were still doing it on the back of the phone. I didn't know they moved to under the screen.
What were you gonna ask, Brandon?
No, is Edmund gonna start talking about Edmund vehicle, aka EV?
That's why you came in here because you want to. You ready? Do you already have a list of jokes that's ready for this? You know what? Budget. Here we go.
I wish the
Oh,
Stadia
no,
Cloud
no,
had an
no,
NFC
no.
communication.
Here we go.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna do it, and I don't care. So, as Brandon has alluded to, I'm in the market to try to see about getting a new vehicle. Maybe it might take a while, but I like electric vehicles. That's just me.
But you don't have one.
I don't have. I drive a hybrid. Yes, I drive a hybrid, but on the screen we have the Kia EV9 prices have been revealed. Now,
yay! The Kia boys are gonna be in full action, saving the environment.
Oh Lord, y'all don't even give me a chance to lead up to this.
The grandpa from hell is gonna be closer to a Kia boy.
See, y'all been waiting. See, y'all been waiting. Y'all been waiting all week to clown on me about this one, but it's okay. It's okay. So the biggest thing for me was the fact that finally an automaker has decided to make a vehicle that seats 7 people. I drive an SUV, and for the most part, I need a vehicle that seats more people being an Uber driver. Well, the Kia EV9, as you can see, is a 7-seated SUV. I like it. That's just me personally.
Damn, this car's gonna get stolen like hotcakes.
It's not. They've been kind of very quiet about the price on this vehicle until now. So the Kia EV6 goes full GT model. It's like $79,000 fully loaded. But the EV9 is saying that it's going to be $90,000 fully loaded. So I don't know if y'all can see the pictures that I'm scrolling through, but this is what the vehicle looks like. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, we see the Kia.
I thought Brandon fell asleep. Almost.
Really? So I don't know about anybody else.
So what's the pricing on it?
Fully loaded, this vehicle is going to go for about $90,000. So I would say base model is probably going to be $70,000. Normally, there's a $10,000 gap in between certain add-on amenities. So the vehicle probably base is about $65,000 to $70,000.
You could get a Tesla for about $35,000 in certain areas in the country.
Yeah, but the Teslas don't fit the problem that I'm trying to solve, especially like the Tesla Model Y.
What problem are that you're trying to solve that Biden can't?
Ooh.
The problem that I'm trying to solve is I need to be able to seat 7 people comfortable. The Tesla Model Y can't do that, and then the Tesla Model X probably could, but
are you trying to upgrade to Uber Plus?
No, I'm already doing that.
I thought you were going Uber minus.
No.
Oh shit, Edmund, I got a suggestion for you.
What's up?
Get an electric limousine.
Why do I need to go a limo?
Because you need to go limbo.
That fell flat on his face, Austin. I
know it did.
I didn't understand that one, but the reason why is this is
hey, at least
the Model Y is too small and the Model X is too dangerous because I deal with drunk people. Drunk people and doors that swing upward are not what you want with drunk people involved. Remember this, people. Moving objects and drunk people do not mix. So that automatically makes that this vehicle is the closest thing. The Model X is like $90,000 fully loaded too, almost $100,000. So
is Uber gonna buy this?
When? I don't know when. It might be a while.
I said, is Uber gonna buy this for you?
No, they don't buy my vehicles. They never bought any vehicle I've had.
I mean, by the time you buy it, they'll probably already be having self-driverless cars.
No, that's going to be about 15 years down from now. They're still running like even Tesla vehicles still keep running to the back of fire trucks, and that's the easy thing. Like you see things with flashing lights blinking, you still run into the back of it. We're going to say that you're not safe yet. But I'm a big component on electric vehicles. That's just me. This is what the interior looks like. You can opt for not the captain's chairs, which is in the back here, but you can do a bench seating, which allows you to sit more people. Which, if I was going to able to afford this vehicle, that's what I would end up doing is the bench seat. But yeah, the bigger battery pack, $95,000 for the 7-seater.
Damn.
Too goddamn high.
So the Kia boys won't be able to steal this. Remember that. I know that's what Brandon was getting ready to say.
When you set your mind to it, you could do anything, Edmund.
I know.
Literally.
Except my wallet right now.
Just put it on the credit card, like everyone else in America does.
Or tell your executive producer to gift it to you for Christmas.
That means I'm gifted it to myself. But here's the thing.
Damn,
the model,
that's a 404 not found, Brandon.
so the Tesla Model Y is $26,000 more than what the Kia is. See? So the Model X is not even viable. And this right here is bigger inside than the Model X.
I really don't pay attention to anything at Kia. Oh shit, Carlos.
What's up, sir?
Yeah, they're gonna steal your Kia.
Oh God.
Damn, Brandon.
They're gonna get that
Abbott.
little what is that little thing? The one with the dolphin or whatever, the little cheater, whatever it's called. I can't remember the zero something. They're gonna get that, bro. And they're gonna clone your virtual key. They're gonna steal the signal. They're gonna get you. No, they do it with the Teslas right now. They already gained access to Teslas that way.
Oh gosh.
Hey.
There you go, Flipper Zero. There you go.
Flipper Zero, yeah. Brandon, what's your boy Greg Abbott gonna do with the next power outage? Look at the chat.
I don't know. I mean, I've noticed that a lot of people in Austin and Dallas, they have a lot of electric things, but we don't have a lot of that here in Houston.
Hold on 1 second. So, what is it? Los Angeles has electric fire trucks. I didn't know that. Hey, the electrification of the world is already happening, baby. Let's go.
And if they use the wireless key fob, the Kia boys will go and take that too.
We have our word from our sponsors.
Oh Lord, don't say that right now. I ain't got
These
no
nuts.
Oh,
because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to Nary yet.
Don't do that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Please don't do that.
What the heck was that?
Oh, somebody wants to play contraband.
Contraband.
You know what, bro? I mean, it can be just as bad as a laptop from hell.
I like Chromebooks.
He likes when they used to run. He likes when they used to
Leapfrog.
Hold on, Brandon. He likes them when they used to run. You ready for it? Stadia. Now they can't.
Oh, but guess what? Stadia is coming back, baby.
No, it's not. That shit had a funeral and it ain't coming back.
It's coming back in YouTube form, sir. But here you go. So, since y'all want to talk about Chromebooks, I got something for you.
No, great, Carlos. Look what you did. You got him talking about the laptop from L's.
So because the moniker of Chromebooks has always been tied around it being cheap, now they're talking about changing the branding on it so you can have it on higher end laptops. So they're talking about Google, the Chromebook X as a premium laptop side to separate the cheap side from the more expensive side.
Google didn't learn from the Pixel Slate.
What do you mean? You said they didn't learn from the Pixel Slate. What do you mean?
Shit ran hot, shit throttled, and shit was trash.
Well, I can tell you this much. I like Chromebooks, and Chromebooks are good. So if you start putting them on higher end products, they get even better. I think that this is just Google's way of changing the marketing behind the Chrome OS and the ideas behind it. Because the whole idea is like you can, like Brandon loves to do every time I talk about Chromebooks, which is jump into the chat and say, look, here's a 99-cent Chromebook. I know he's looking for it right now.
Edmund, they're 59
I know you're looking for it right
cents.
now.
Hey, Brandon, what we talking about earlier, Brandon? Here soon, the Chromebooks are going to be ad supported. Just be free.
Oh,
No, radio. You cut me so deep, sir. You cut me so deep. But no, look, here's the thing. The whole moniker that I've heard from y'all, I know Google has had to hear it too. They might even watch my YouTube channel. I don't know. But
Edmund, I'm gonna be straight up with you.
What?
The Google brand is good. However, their phones and hardware are trash.
The phones and hardware?
I mean, I'm sorry, the hardware and the OSs are trash.
No, it's
not
not
in the phone. Not in the phone sector.
It's not trash. I told you, it's the whole idea that y'all say. I heard you say it. I heard you say it. No, radio said. Hey, even Austin has said it multiple times. Oh, it can't do this. It can't do that. But
so what can you do on the Chromebook X that you can't do on the Chromebook now?
The whole idea is to be able to give it more power. Whenever you say
it's going to be overkill.
You can give it more power, but what can you already not?
What can you do?
Yeah,
you can do video editing on a Chromebook.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No.
You have to be
all right, Keon, you ready for the answer? Unplug the internet. Can you still edit the video with the internet unplugged?
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
I answer that question. It's not all cloud native.
What app are you using? So what app are you using to edit the video? It ain't Adobe. It ain't.
No. I just talked to Austin about this last night. What is it? Not Adobe, but DaVinci Resolve is on. You can have it run on Linux, and Linux runs in Chrome.
But you have to emulate the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. It can do
it. Wait. So you have to emulate to run it on Linux.
We had this whole argument that lasted for an hour. So I'm ready for it.
What happens? So we already know that x86 is already inefficient. Yes. All right. And now you're going to add emulation on top of it and try to video edit?
Well, it runs in native.
It's going to add.
No,
it doesn't.
Okay, Brandon. Okay, Keon, listen. Even if you had a full-fledged Windows OS on there, it's already inefficient as it is. Now you're going to be emulating to run Linux under the Chrome to then run DaVinci Resolve, which you probably still don't support third-party plugins.
Well,
support third-party plugins. All I'm saying is, all you're saying, you know what you actually just said? Just buy a laptop and put Linux on it. What's the point of having Chrome OS?
The whole idea behind Chrome OS is because it's way lighter than what Windows offers.
But you need it to be lighter on a machine that doesn't have good hardware. But now you're trying to sell me a premium machine. So what's the purpose of being lighter if I'm buying a premium machine?
Well, it gets rid of the bloatware that Windows takes along with it.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather edit on Windows, and this is coming from a Mac user. I'd rather edit on Windows than your theory.
Look,
you're better off just running Linux and not needing Chrome because you can do everything in Linux. You don't even need the Chrome portion.
True.
Linux is already light.
So Justin Tech says it's only able to do good for basic things. Well, see, that's the whole reason. But that's the whole reason why they're trying to get away from just the Chromebook branding. They're trying to show.
Okay, but Keon, there's only one way they can get away from that. They're going to have the software developers actually write complete native software just for the Chromebook. Not a web browser version, not a web linked version, not a workaround with Linux. Just straight up, here is Adobe for Chromebook on the hardware.
Which is not going to happen because they'd have to restructure the whole entire OS.
They basically have to get rid of the cloud mantra. The cloud would be backup instead of primary, and the Chromebook it's the primary.
Well, here's the thing: I can run apps without having the internet tied to it.
Yeah, but you got to use a workaround to do it.
I'll say it like this: when I had my Chromebook, and there was times I wasn't
just
connected.
Buy a Windows computer, Keon.
I already did that. You know I've done that. So
what's the point you trying to prove?
I'm trying to prove that Chrome is
You're
not as
trying
bad
to
as
prove
being
nothing.
Edmund, I'm gonna ask you something right here, right now.
My brain hurts. I feel like Joe Biden right now in a press conference.
Throw it away.
No, Edmund, I'm gonna ask you something right now. Why aren't you using the Chromebook right now?
Because my money had to go into something, and I needed to get my YouTube channel.
Exactly, it went further.
Well, that could be argued.
You can install any piece of software you want on that Windows computer. You can't on that Chromebook.
That's true.
Any software that you could imagine. Only software you can't install on that damn Windows computer is Mac only software like Logic.
Yeah. No, you right.
Pretty much it.
Logic and Final Cut.
Logic and Final Cut. That is it.
My whole thing is this: is what we want Windows to be is what Chrome is currently right now.
No, it is not.
Yes, no, it's not.
Okay, yes, show me how I can install Pro Tools on that Chromebook. Show me how to get Pro Tools on there. Show me, matter of fact, show me how to get ASIO drivers in Linux, since you talk about Linux using the workaround. Show me how to get an ASIO driver in Linux.
Ooh, I'm gonna sit back and watch this unfold. Mother, can I have the popcorn?
You know what Chromebook is? It's a glorified web TV from back in the day.
Wow, you still keep saying that.
It's the truth.
No.
It's
What I'm saying is right now, Google is working on trying to change this moniker that is persistent amongst our beloved community.
Well, then they need to go to all major software companies and have them write dedicated versions of their software for Chrome. Period.
That's not going to happen, Keon. Which is not going to happen.
You need to be able to go on the internet and go to any company's website and just hit download and install their app on your shit.
Yes,
no matter what it is.
I totally agree with you.
Until that day happens, you're not solving anything.
That's messed up, Justin.
I can go to DaVinci.
Samsung Dex is more useful than Chrome.
Look, Keon, let me see you plug your Android into that Chromebook and root it.
Yeah, I can't do that yet.
Oh,
I can't do that yet.
Let me see you. I can do this all day. Let me see you. Let me see you go on that Chromebook and write apps for your Android phone. Write custom apps up and
no radio.
Develop them and put them out.
No radio. You can't even edit videos.
Let me see you go on there and make a whole video game. How about that?
Hey, Keon, can you downgrade an iPhone on a Chromebook? No, but you can on Windows.
You can't even downgrade an Android.
Until Chromebook can stand as its own complete OS, it will never compete with Windows or Mac OS. It will never.
And Linux too.
And Linux.
Look, like I said, it's about changing the whole moniker. We don't know what.
Here's the thing,
I don't personally know exactly.
You know what's going to happen to Chromebook?
What?
The same thing that happened to Windows Phone.
Oh God! Oh Lord! Don't say that.
It's the truth. You can't.
He's not wrong.
People didn't get the Windows Phone because they couldn't get all the apps.
Hey, look, you can download Chrome, Android apps on the Chrome.
Hey,
but you're still emulating, so you're basically being inefficient. You're wasting time.
No radio.
And guess what, Keon? I can put the Android apps on the Windows computer too. So once again, you ain't giving me anything the Chrome can do that the Windows can't.
I understand.
No radio.
So if I pay $900, am I going to get the Chromebook or the Windows one? Just come on, bro.
I'm going to go Windows.
It would have the new Chromebook, quote unquote Chromebook X, would have to offer something a little bit more than what these regular Chromebooks are doing right now.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to get EA Sports, and they're gonna have to get every game developer to write native games to run on it and put a go ahead and put a GTX
but here's the thing.
4060 in there to compete.
But no radio. How about this? What if the limitations of what Chromebooks have been is due to the fact that they run on cheaper hardware?
It's not even the hardware. I've seen Chromebooks
Austin.
It's not the hardware.
No. What I'm saying is
it's not the hardware.
Austin, hold on
it's
1 second. The reason if you're literally building software to try to work on everything, you literally prevent your OS from growing the way that you need for it to grow. That's what I'm saying.
You can put Chromebook on anything. What are you talking about?
You can, look, you can put Chrome on anything.
You can do Windows.
I can put Chrome OS literally on my fucking MacBook Pro with M1 Pro.
I can put Windows on pretty much anything too. So that doesn't make sense.
But here's the thing: it's the same code that you put on a 99-cent Chromebook as you put on a $1,000 Chromebook. It's the same code.
And guess what?
It doesn't give you those things that y'all were just talking about earlier, because it's the same 99-cent code.
Chrome was designed to run on cloud. It was designed to put the processing somewhere else. Edmund, think about it like this. If I got a horse and buggy, right? I got a horse and buggy. Do I need to put a damn 350 small block in the back of it when the horse's job is to pull the damn buggy? Think about it. So why the hell do I need a high-end processor in a computer that all the load's going to be somewhere else anyway?
Literally, Chromebook. Literally, okay. Let's put, for example, when Macs were on Intel, they had a dual-core i3 in the 12-inch MacBook. It still ran on Mac Pro from 2013 and 2019, and the software was not coded based off of that dual core Intel i3 that ran like a goddamn toaster.
Yeah, but you know what? In my percent, the way I look at Apple products is Apple products are not as powerful as it always seems. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that's opened up a whole new hashtag of down with whoever. But the thing is the way I look at
you're
Chromebook,
gonna get K going.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. But here's the thing: the way that I see the problem with Chromebooks right now is the fact that it's the same OS across the same spectrum of prices.
You literally contradicted yourself. You said
it doesn't.
Mac OS Mac OS doesn't have the high performance.
It is the same problem across the board.
You literally
it's the same problem across the board. If the 99-cent Chromebook is running the same operating system as it is on the $1,000 Chromebook. But you don't gain any.
But the limitation of the Chromebook isn't the processing power. That's not the limitation of the Chromebook.
It's the OS that we're trying to tell you. But
here's the thing. If you were able to build in these features that y'all were just talking about, being able to do
then guess what? It wouldn't be a Chromebook anymore.
Yeah.
The whole idea of doing this is not
it would just be a Windows computer made by Google.
There you go.
And then let's face it. The only thing Google has successful right now is literally Chrome browsing. That's it.
It does.
Their search engine.
Here's the thing. Chrome OS has evolved from being what No Radio has been talking about earlier, which is this thing you do on the cloud, to being able to do more.
But if somebody on HughesNet cannot use a Chromebook.
I'm not worried about people on HughesNet. Those people I'm not worried about. What I'm saying is the evolutionary process of Chrome OS.
Don't discriminate against someone's internet connection.
I'm not. I just said I'm not worried about it. There's a difference. I'm not worried about it. But what I'm trying to say to you is the evolutionary process of this OS is to gain more functionality. Here you go. Why would
the hardware isn't what's holding it back. That's what we keep trying to tell you.
And you keep arguing with us. Your technology skills are failing at showing.
I'm
The person
telling
says,
you,
I can't install native apps. And you know what Google's answer is? Here's one with better processor. Still can't use native apps.
because the OS is holding itself back.
Exactly. So instead of giving me hardware and the OS still can't do it, how about just make the OS do it?
That's what
Then
they're
the hardware
working
makes sense.
towards.
What I'm saying is they're going backwards, though. They're trying to sell you a premium Chromebook that still can't do what the cheaper Windows computer can do.
They're doing, and I'm going to say this, they're doing worse than what Apple does. At least with Apple, I can download an app from a developer's website, even on the ARM chip.
Here you go. What I'm trying to say to you is this: is the
I
whole
can
problem.
prove them receipts.
The whole problem is this: where No Radio is coming from. Early iterations of Chrome was based on just, hey, it was a web browser on a hardware, basic hardware. Okay, but now over the last handful of years, it's a OS is growing up. Okay.
Yeah.
Before,
So what I'm saying is,
you were
don't get
able to
excited
do-
about hardware. Get excited when they fix the OS. That's what not the hardware.
I'm not talking about just the hardware. What I'm saying is the problem that I saw with Chromebooks is they wanted to make sure that it could still work the same regardless of where the operating system
Windows
was.
could already do that. So they fixed the problem that didn't exist.
But it's
The
still
whole purpose of Chromebook was because the OS was free and
Yo,
Windows.
Chrome OS will
Keon,
work
read
on
your
ARM
chat.
too.
Read your chat.
I
Kane
know
has something
that.
interesting to say. Read your chat. Read your chat. Catch up.
Hold on, where at?
Read your chat. Don't be a pickle Rick.
Oh no, I'm not. I was skimming my chat earlier, and what's on? Hold on. So I'm at $300 Windows laptop. Have more use than a Chromebook. Dang, Justin, that's harsh.
All I'm saying is, if I got $900, I can buy a full-fledged gaming PC. Why would I buy the Chromebook?
What is this talk about Apple not being as powerful?
Oh Lord! Oh, here come Kane.
I told you, Keon, you were asking for this one. Kane, let's
do it. Go back to the chat.
Dude, you literally defended Chromebook, and yet you don't even use it.
Yeah,
Apple's
literally,
M1.
you are hypocritical.
I don't,
Apple's
because
M1.
guess what? I don't have the money yet to be able to play around with everything. Okay.
But you said you had one.
I had past tense. Had one. It broke.
What?
It broke.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's fucking flimsy.
No, I had it for 7 years. I had the Chromebook for 7 years, man. There's people don't have their laptops longer than 2 or 3 years.
There are computers that have Windows XP that last 20 years. What does that say?
I got one right now from 2013 that'll blow the dust off a Chromebook.
Oh Lord!
Literally, it will blow the dust off. It will shred it, eat it up, then spit it out for Mitchell's dinner.
Mitchell I'd say Mitchell's masturbation power is more powerful than Chromebook.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that subject. What I'm trying to get through to you is this.
Well, this live stream's now age restricted.
The whole moniker behind Chrome OS was it can run on low end stuff. I think that what Google needs to do, I don't know what they're going to do with this whole Chromebook X branding, but what they're going to
sell you an expensive Chromebook. It's not 50 OS.
Is to bring in more features like and make it easier to download Linux software onto a Chromebook. That's what they need to do.
Hell, putting software on Linux is already a pain in the butt.
But that's what I'm saying is that they might need to make Chrome a usable or merge Chrome and Ubuntu or a version of Ubuntu.
No, they need to just go ahead and start with a clean sheet, wipe everything off of it, and start from scratch and build a true complete OS and get the developer support for it. And ditch this Chromebook.
This is how we look at Chromebook.
If I'm not mistaken, No Radio, can't you find laptops from that run Windows that are like $300 that can still 50% of the way smoke the brakes off of a Chromebook?
My mother-in-law right now has a laptop made by HP. It was about $350. It came with a Ryzen 5 in it and 8 gigs of RAM for $300, dog.
And guess what? You can live stream with that.
Freaking Chromebook.
And you can live stream with that type of computer.
V-Smile is more powerful than Chromebook. Give me a break.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Hey, look, my take on this is if they're coming out with a different branding style, they need to add like the ability to access the Linux programs to be able to run on Chrome. So you can start changing. So you can start changing the moniker. So you can start changing the moniker across the board for all this stuff that y'all keep saying. Y'all keep saying this over and over and over again, but what y'all missing is Chrome has been growing up for the last handful of years.
Growing up like these nuts.
Oh Lord, Austin. Apparently, you really do love those chestnuts. But I'm not going to go too far about that.
What can I say? They'll be roasting on an open fire.
Only thing I'm saying to you is this: is that before it was just a cloud native OS, then it started getting the ability to download apps from the App Store. Now they started doing Linux programs running on Chrome. This is a progressively open path of trying to get better and closing that gap.
All we're saying, Keon, is come back to us when they actually do it, not when they give us some more hardware and still can't do it.
Literally,
that's all we're saying, dog.
Until then, I'm going to pick on the Chromebook until the Chromebook can prove that it actually can be a reliable computer. Otherwise, I'm done with this conversation.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, Keon. If they actually do a full-fledged OS, you ain't going to need to go buy a new Chromebook. You can just take your old Windows PC that can't take an update now and just install it on there, just like you do Linux.
That's true. But here's the thing: the thing that Chrome OS can do right now that Windows cannot, it can make that jump from x86 over to ARM without having to restructure its whole code to do so.
Oh boy,
that's not true either.
Here we go.
I've had Chromebooks that ran ARM.
I didn't say you didn't, but what I'm saying is, where was the software support? The software support is more important than the hardware.
That's true.
That's what we keep saying. You keep talking about the hardware being low tier or top tier. It doesn't matter if it's all junk software. The hardware, if anybody who used a Windows phone that actually used one and had like a flagship one, it ran way better than Android. The only reason it died is because it didn't get the software.
Well,
I remember, bro, if you ever had like a top tier Windows phone when they came out, bro, you literally was booting. It was booting in like 3 seconds. And at that time, Android was still taking like 2 minutes.
Oh, no, I believe it. I had
apps were opening faster.
But
all the apps open faster.
If it actually survived, it would have been a threat to the iPhone.
Yeah.
The app support on Windows sucked, though. It was non-existent.
If you remember, what did a bunch of people start doing to try to get apps on the Windows phone? They started using like cloud-based workarounds. The same type of crap you got to do with the Chromebook right now. Like you couldn't get real YouTube, so they had like a fake YouTube that made it look like an app, but you were just using the browser version. Because they couldn't get real YouTube on the thing.
And I mean, what do your Uber passengers think about this podcast right now?
Oh God,
that Chromebook's trash.
Oh Lord! First of all, a lot of my.
I think Keon loves torture. He loves us torturing him over this Chromebook mess.
No.
Yes, he does.
Here's the thing.
Yes, he does.
I stand by what I do. Okay, I like Chrome.
You don't have it.
I
Same
like
thing
Chrome.
with EV.
Well, first of all, I'm trying to
build a cell tower with Chrome OS and tried to take advice from Keon and it failed.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm
passengers
just.
are
I'm
like,
just
oh, you actually support Chromebook? Oh my God,
a lot of people don't even know what Chromebooks are.
Exactly.
Edmund, you say you had FBI people in your car. Imagine hearing you say you like Chromebook.
Fucking FBI raid coming up.
Damn, they're gonna raid him worse than they raided Margalaga. Fuck.
All right, so Justin says Windows Phone died because Microsoft was lacking the strategy for their app store. That is true.
You know what Chromebook is like? Have you ever used? You know how you get some of these new computers and by default they come in S mode on Windows.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what Chromebook is. Chromebook is like having Windows on S mode. You can't install third-party apps or any of that. You have to go in and remove the S mode.
Remove the S mode. Yes,
and you can't remove.
Justin. The different apps that you can grab is like DaVinci Resolve is one of them that runs on Linux that you can run on Chrome.
Edmund, if you had unlimited money and you were to open up a major business, would you use Chrome or would you use Windows or would you use Mac?
I would use Chrome if I had dummy terminals.
BS. BS.
I want to go pull my hair out.
Especially if I'm just gonna look. No radio knows. Hey,
no radio. Can you save this podcast? Because I think it's gonna sink like the Titanic.
If I have dummy terminals, I have to.
Chrome is worse. Chrome is worse.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
This podcast is gonna sink worse than the submarine that went boom.
Look. Only thing I'm saying is you. If I had had to have people using terminals, then it would just make it all web based and have Chromebooks for them to interact with it.
What type of business are we talking about?
Give me an example. I just gave an example.
You got to give me the real business that would use a Chromebook, and how could they get away with using Chromebooks instead of Windows or Mac right now?
I don't know.
Today.
I don't know.
Like in my business, we got to have mapping software. Where's the CAD? Where's the professional level CAD software for Chromebook?
I want a fiber cut to happen at his building, and then
where's the CAD software? Do they have a CAD software?
That I don't know. I can't say they don't have it. I just don't know.
There's your problem.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, here's the problem. The problem that you run into is we don't know what the actual limitations are. Yeah, we know what
we do know what the limitations are. The limitation is the developers aren't writing the software for the Chromebook. That's what the limitation is.
That's true.
That's it. It's that simple. It's not complicated.
But what I'm saying is they're making Chrome be more friendly with Linux.
But Keon, Linux hasn't taken over the world for a reason either.
That's true.
And plus, if your whole excuse for it is that it's going to be like Linux, then why not just run Linux?
Well, the problem is usability of Linux.
But you're going to run into the same usability issue using it inside of Chrome. It's no different.
It's like trying to use Google Chrome and then you're like, oh, I want to go to Microsoft Edge.
My thing has always been I think that Ubuntu Linux is as close as you're going to get to usability. Yeah, but the problem is it still sucks with usability.
But you still can't use a lot of major software with Linux either.
Hey,
but guess what? What it does is it also makes it where people who develop in Linux could develop for Chrome without having to worry about porting stuff over.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that them same people are already not developing in Linux. That's what I keep trying to tell you.
It's either Windows or Mac OS or
it's either Windows or Mac OS. It's just the facts.
The fact of the matter is, it's Mac OS or Windows.
You can't run the professional grade stuff that people are running in Linux either.
Exactly.
Linux is not a solution. It has its own set of problems. It's not a solution.
Well, look. My take is we need more OSs that are viable in the industry right now.
We do, Keon. Yes, we do. But guess whose fault it is we don't have them? It's Google's fault that they didn't do it from the beginning. They tried this cloud crap, and now they're kind of stuck halfway, one foot in the door inside of it.
Right.
They should have went. As big as they are, Keon, Chromebook should have never been a cloud-based thing. You should have had a cloud-based option for the low-tier stuff like you're talking about, but there should have already been a grounds and basis for developers to write native code to run in Chrome by itself. That's what Google needs to do. They only do nothing else. They don't need to try to get Linux crap to run in there. No, they need to go to every major software developer and say, we want your stuff to run on our Chromebook on our Chromebook OS. Not in a cloud. We wanted to run natively. What kind of deal we need to make for you to start developing?
I agree with that. I think so.
That's simple. Until they do that, it don't matter how much hardware they bring out. Until they do that.
I agree.
If you got at least an i3, which there have been Chromebooks with i3s on the market for years, you got at least an i3, you can pretty much run any software that exists. Yeah, you can run it faster on an i5 or 7, but you can run all the same software on i3 you can on i7. This mantra that you need this lightweight OS is not true. The hardware is faster than the OS at this point, not the other way around.
It's just like the ARM chip in the MacBooks. The OS in Mac OS Sonoma is actually finally catching up with the actual chips.
See,
Chromebook don't need more power; they need more software. You're gonna try to get somebody to buy an i7 Chromebook.
That's why.
Hey, look, here's the thing. I have not every to kind of side note on what Justin Tech was talking with Gene about. I have yet to see a affordable, well, $100, $200 Windows laptop that performs the same as a Chromebook.
Yeah, but the argument in this article is the expensive Chromebook, not a new cheap one.
Yeah, no, but that's where I'm saying is the problem is the cheapness of Chrome is what's the limiting factor of holding the whole OS back.
Is it just me, or does anyone else want to pull out their hair right now?
So Keon, put it like this, right? Put it like this, Keon. If you want to play, say right now you want to pull up your computer and you want to play Call of Duty on your computer in 4K. If you don't have a graphics card, you need a graphics card, right?
Right.
Okay, but you can still install that software.
Yeah, you can still it will let you eat up all the space on your hard drive to do it, but it won't launch it.
But it don't launch. It'll just lag. It will launch. What you talking about? It's just gonna lag like hell. It'll launch.
It will launch. He is correct.
I've run Call of Duty on a Ryzen 5 with no dedicated GPU. It will launch. It just run like shit. It'll still launch. You can't even launch it on the Chromebook because you can't install it because
it's not native to it, sir. It
exactly.
Can't operate on it.
So does giving me a graphics card now in my Chromebook make it now work? No.
Well, here's the thing. You know that what is it? Here's another one of those processes that I was talking about. That Steam is trying to write native to for Chrome also. So you can download games.
You want to go down that rabbit hole?
You do want to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, let's go.
Whoa, Keon. You want me to really rock your world? You want me to really rock your world, Keon? You do realize you can run Steam with no OS, right?
Well, I did not know. I didn't know that.
Oh, there is a Steam OS that runs by itself. It's a version of Linux. It already exists.
Well, see, here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's coming. It's getting to the place where
they did that 15 years ago.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You could walk. You don't remember? You could go in Walmart and buy a freaking Steam machine. You don't remember the Steam machines?
Yo, no radio. You can even install Steam OS on Mac OS. Yeah, it don't work right now. It's broken, and I want to figure out why. So I'm gonna fuck with the files later. But I thought I couldn't do that with an Apple computer or an Apple device.
And guess what happened to Steam? Steam did their whole Steam OS thing, and they ended up going, damn, we could have just made an app to run on Windows. And guess what? Now they just have an app that runs on Windows. Because even they realize, like, wait a minute, native support's a problem. There's issues. Freak it. We'll just make it run inside of Windows, and that's what's been carrying them through. You just launch your little Steam, and it'll run like a video game console if you have a controller attached.
Yep,
it already exists. What do you think the Steam Decks are doing? That's what the Steam Deck is doing.
Yeah, hey, the Steam Deck. I mean, the thing is the Steam Deck is probably running its own version of OS on it right now.
No, it's actually on Linux.
Well, didn't you just say that Steam is running a distro of Linux on it, right?
No, I'm saying Steam used to. They already had one a long time ago. But it didn't take. People didn't get it for the same thing. Them freaking Steam machines didn't sell.
Well, I can tell you this much. I like to know what's going to happen with the Chrome OS if they finally start shaking this mantra that I keep hearing from y'all. It's like, ooh, it's the web browser from hell. You know, that's what I'm looking.
All I'm saying is this: when they bring out a Chromebook X and they want $900, right next to it in the same store is going to be a full-fledged Windows PC with all the same hardware that can do more.
And it's going to have to show that they can keep up with or outpace what the Windows offering or even a Mac.
But it's not because it's going to be. But it's because you're going to be running a layer under a layer.
God, I feel like I'm listening to Fox News, but for Chromebook.
Oh, Brett, you know what? I should use that as a title.
I'll you know what, Keon? Whatever happened to Fuchsia from Google?
Oh, That is a good question. I haven't heard much out of that one. I haven't heard much out of that. I don't know. I mean, the thing is
and you won't.
You okay?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here.
They released it 2 years ago and ain't nobody using it.
What is this? An actual computer that can do things. Not the Chromebook.
Well, Austin, we thank you for being able to show us that your computer can do things.
Yeah, and I can download. I can actually download apps outside of the Mac App Store and actually use the apps.
And they said they're going to put Future on phones and laptops in 2023. Well, we're in 2023.
We're in 2023. They haven't done it yet.
There you go.
I agree. Now, all right, so we're going to change the subject here. We're going to be competing against iOS versus Android now. And
you're going to lose.
And in this study, because I'm glad I have my Apple people in the room, because this is going to get interesting.
Brandon's on an iPhone 12 Pro Max. He doesn't keep up with times.
So, but guess what? He can still upgrade to iOS 17.
I'm quite aware.
Which is, we don't have to worry about upgrading his phone yet. But this is from Droid Life. Prepare for battle. Studies find that Android is much more intuitive than iOS.
Ooh.
So this is something that I have been kind of fighting with as being a new to iOS. iOS is not very intuitive. Not by a long shot. I had to Google search a lot of stuff for iOS than I would have for Android. Even when I first started doing Android, it was more the way that the OS has grown is more intuitive to use than iOS is.
This is coming from a guy that also likes to argue about Chromebooks, but continue.
Yeah, but guess what? Here's the thing.
I'll give some side validity to this. If you go and you help people with their internet on a daily basis for years, there's a one trend you will always see. People with iPhones tend not to know how to do stuff on them. It's actually kind of true. I've never had anybody come to me with an Android and ask me how to do something. I have had people every day. That doesn't mean iOS is bad. It's just that people like intuitive means you can just do it. You don't ever need help. You just figure it out.
Already, the people that buy the cheap Androids always need help. What are you talking about?
They ain't asking me for help. They're not asking me for help. They're not asking me for help.
Yo, I don't never get anybody
I have to show people how to connect to Wi-Fi networks on iPhones almost every day when I was a field tech.
Same for Android. When I was,
I've never had it happen, bro. You were not installing internet in people's houses, Cade. You were not doing it.
Yeah, but
there's more people on iPhone than there is Android in the US.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of people that don't know how to use their phones on iOS.
That doesn't mean that iPhone's bad.
All these nice little features that keep coming out with iOS, a lot of people are not using but 2 or 3% of it. You tell them to do something other than send text messages, they get lost.
I'm not gonna dox my mom's age, but she's older than all y'all in here, including me. And she learned an iPhone from the ground up.
I ain't saying you can't learn it. I'm just saying that you tend to have people ask you more questions. Like if I go to rent a person's house and say, all right, here's your Wi-Fi name and password, they always hand me the iPhone. I don't know how to do that. I've never had anybody do that really with Android. Not too much.
As a person who does Uber, more people on Uber have figured out on the Android side how to add a second stop to their trips than iOS users. I'm always handed an iPhone to help them add a second stop to the inside the app. I never have that problem coming from an Android user. It's this. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
I'm
gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, though, Keon. It's not that iOS isn't intuitive. It's that people who will choose iOS typically are not as tech savvy.
Yeah, but
nerds. Basically, I'm gonna say at least like 80% of the Android user base are nerds, and nerds tend to know how to do stuff.
That's true.
iOS is kind of everybody's device. Anybody picks it up, and that means people who are also not tech savvy pick it up as well.
So let me ask you this question then. So is it that people are not understanding iOS, or they choose not to understand iOS?
It's the user base. It's the user base that picks iOS that tends to not be nerdy. It's not that iOS isn't intuitive. It's the user base. That's why I say this is a skewed point. It's not that iOS isn't intuitive. It's that it attracts unintuitive users.
Bro, someone doesn't know how to enter their Wi-Fi password. Jesus, the network.
Yeah, there are people on iOS that don't know how to enter their
funny.
Wi-Fi.
Look, hey, Austin, you be lucky to find people that know their Wi-Fi password, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
There's a lot, but you know what's so funny over here? There's people that will literally pay for Wi-Fi, but they don't know their own password until
it's the truth. It is the truth.
And then you'll have that one family member or friend that will go to your house and be like, "Oh, your phone's connected to Wi-Fi."
Or hell, ask the same person to put the Wi-Fi password in on their smart TV.
Yeah,
they can't do it.
Can't do it.
So what I'm getting from this conversation is we got tech nerds, average people, and then dumbasses that just choose to not know how to use the internet.
Yeah, there's dumbasses on every device. But I'm just saying this. It's just so. For example, for the grandmas, right? For the grandma ends up getting an iPhone because all her family told her to get an iPhone, not because she wanted an iPhone. All right, and then when she gets it, of course she doesn't know how to use it. She didn't pick it. She got told to get on it.
No radio. I had this older lady. Lie to you not. She hopped in the car. She had a Fold 2. Okay, she showed me her Fold. She says, "I love this phone." She was whipping that in the Uber app like it was no other. She put in 4 different stops to drop off her friends and everything. I don't know how she did it, but I just say she was an elderly lady and was whipping that Android phone like it was no other.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that. Like I said, I don't think it's that it's not intuitive. I think it's a user base. You attract certain users, just like we're talking about them Dodge cars the other day. Chargers and Challengers attract certain type of drivers. Okay,
I know where that's going.
It's just the way it is. Certain things attract certain types of people.
That's true. There's less nerds in America.
This will be the same person that all the apps on their phone are not updated, and they wonder why the app keeps crashing. And then you go and check, and there's an update waiting. It's the same person.
That's
it's like, how about you try the update? Instead, you know what that person would do? They would relaunch that software 700 times, thinking the 700th time it's going to work. And they never even think to go check their updates. Or these are the same people who, I can't take no more pictures. Something's wrong with my phone. They don't even know their storage is full. They don't even know how to check the storage.
My brain hurts, and look, I'm a tech nerd. I'm running a developer beta.
Yeah. But I just said, like, Austin, don't tell me you ain't never met that person that their phone is full and they don't realize it. They think it's broken.
I've seen that before.
I have actually. Look, Keon, look how simple this is. It used to be you had to go out, then come back in. Now in beta 2, all you have to do is swipe down and it will start loading to check for updates.
Oh, that's nice. Guess what? I bet 99% of all Apple users won't do that.
99% ain't gonna run the beta software either.
Yeah, 99% don't run the beta software.
99% are not gonna run the beta.
But you know what? You know what an Android nerd's gonna do? He gonna run every beta because he can't help himself.
Be like, beta, I live the beta life. Let's go.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with iOS. There's not anything wrong with it.
So actually, based off of what's going on, speaking of this, based off of anyone that runs in the public beta program / developer beta program, it's already rumored that about 10% of Apple's ecosystem is already upgraded.
Yeah, almost. Because it force upgrades. It doesn't.
No, this is a beta, Keon. It doesn't force.
Yeah, but that 10% is the nerds.
Yes. But we're talking about that used to be something that happened across the board like early on for Android, and that's what everybody was pointing. Austin is poking fun at what happened in the past, 10 years ago. Android would be like 1% would be upgraded, but then 99% would still be lagging behind.
Yeah, but it's not because the user base didn't know how. It's because the device didn't have support to update.
Right.
It's at 13. It's at 13% right now.
Yeah, like I said, that's the nerds, man.
For Android 13 and 80% for iOS 16.
And I would bet if you surveyed them people, they could tell you, they could list out the Intel processors.
Yeah.
Oh, it's i3, i5, i7. I'm just saying, if you surveyed them, they wouldn't be like, oh, it's a chip. I don't know what type of chip. It's just a chip. It's a chip to chip. It chips, you know. It just chippy
Something about
stuff.
the chips be chipping. I don't
It be
know,
chipping.
man.
Yeah. These are the same people that go and when they buy a computer, they don't know which one to buy. The people that don't do,
That's true.
which is how your
No,
grandma
they
ends up
they
with a.
always look at price or design.
Yeah, that's how your grandma ends up with a Chromebook.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, I was about to say
And then when
something.
you come over for Thanksgiving, I got a new laptop. And she comes out, you're like, oh, what you got, Grandma? And it's a Chromebook. You go, oh God, Grandma, they got you. Damn, they got you.
I'll be sitting there going, Grandma, you did a great deal. You did a great thing, Grandma. Yeah.
Keon, be quiet.
You've been listening to your grandson very well. Great, very well.
Now we're gonna no radio.
Yeah, this is why your family hasn't switched to T-Mobile, because they love U.S. Cellular.
They do. They actually do. Yes. He's not lying, people. He's not lying. I can't get my parents to switch.
They can't take a guy that likes Chromebooks serious, so they're gonna stay on U.S. Cellular.
They won't switch. I even told them to go to AT&T. Don't go to T-Mobile, go to Verizon. Still won't.
But they're using that T-Mobile home internet though, ain't they?
They are. Yes, they are.
So you made a 10% dent in their switch. All right, cool.
Hey,
that's as far as you got.
That's about as far as it's about to go too.
Well, damn.
It ain't going no farther than that. But no, hey, look, I just kind of when I read this article, I found it to be kind of funny because all the people that I have to interact with as an Uber driver always hand me an iPhone.
Yeah, but it ain't the phone's fault. It's the type of user. It ain't the phone's fault. It's the type of user that it attracts. That's all.
Hell, I've met iOS users that are even higher skill than I am, and
oh yeah, I'm not saying that's not the argument. I'll say we ain't saying that there aren't nerds on iPhone. We're saying that there is also a large group of non-nerds on iPhone, and in the Android side, there's a very low percentage of people who are not nerds that are diehard Android users. That's all. Yeah. That's all. It ain't the phone's fault that the user base is special. That's all I'm saying.
US Cellular.
You can give a nerd either, and he's going to be fine. A nerd's going to run either phone just fine. But it's that common person that's going to pick the iPhone and not know how to use it.
Bottom line, US Chromebook is like the US Cellular of laptops.
Wow.
Oh,
I wouldn't even say it's a US Cellular. Fuck, I'd say it's Helium.
Chromebook is the Bug Tussle Wireless of
Wow.
Oh, the Bug Tussle Wireless.
That's for you, EM. That was just for you, EM.
No, or Simple Mobile.
If he's in the comments, Larkin, that was for him. Bug Tussle.
Or Simple Mobile for Mr. Latigo.
But no, hey, look, I just wanted to find out how y'all might have felt about that. Let's see.
And once again, it was anti-Chromebook, like it usually is.
Well, it's gonna always be that way until they change their moniker.
Cade and Brandon.
Look, I'm not gonna stop bringing it up because the room doesn't like it.
No, we just gonna say when you do bring it up when there's an actual development, not some more hardware. Dog, that's all we're saying, bro.
I can't take Chrome OS serious.
Not until you can launch any software on it. Not until you can launch anything.
And I didn't say, and look at and listen, and you can replay the stream, Keon, in another window. I said Chrome OS. I didn't say Chromebook that time.
I understand. I heard you. All right, so this is my last story, and I'm a nerd when it comes to space travel. So.
God, he's in a nerd of space travel, but he defends the Chromebook that can't.
You just wait till they send one of them. Till they come with a space submarine that you drive with a PlayStation controller. Then you gonna really be in trouble.
Hey, look.
Submarine controlled by Chrome.
Can we not talk about that tragedy? That is a tragic problem.
Hey, okay. Look, I'm sorry. Look, it's hard to feel bad for billionaires that are dumb enough to get in a tube controlled by a game controller. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He's not wrong. I have a weak spot for people that have passed away and whatever, but oh boy, here it comes.
All I'll tell you is this: if SpaceX came out next month and was like, "All right, we're doing civilian flights," and you get on there and the pilot got an Xbox controller, You better get
the
off.
hell out of there.
No, the radio. I would trust the Xbox controller over the Nintendo controller my man was using.
I don't care. I'm sorry, no video game controllers, dog. They look literally. Okay, here's another thing. If you got to get in a submarine that they had to literally take it apart and then put the bolts back together to close it,
I don't want to be part of that at all.
Just saying. Some of them, somewhere along the way of them billions that old boy, one of them guys on there made, he should have figured out that that's a dumb idea to get on that thing.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
The research that I've been listening to and everybody talking about it, like a lot of when you find out that the technology behind being like creating a sub that goes that deep, then you find out James Cameron went like triple the depth going to the Challenger Deep, and he had to build a submarine specially for that, just for him to go to the Challenger Deep. And then you go, why did you build this thing?
Yeah, no.
That's what the problem. That was the thing that you come to realize, like, why did you build this thing? Because this thing is like a depth was
funny you should mention James Cameron, because apparently he knew the sub blew up on day one.
Yes,
James Cameron.
He knew from all the information they told him. Like, look.
Well, you know what people are saying, right? I hate to tell you this. You know what the people are saying, right?
What are they saying?
They're saying that the whole military, and they already knew it blew up, but they needed to play the media up for a few days.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
That doesn't sound like it. That sounds like a very believable thing, actually.
People reported that explosion sound on day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that they already knew it was blowing up. They were just trying to keep this whole narrative going that they're searching to rescue these guys, but they already knew these fools were dead.
They said they heard the implosion. They heard an implosion type sound, and they lost the tracking on the sub at the same time.
And then they proceed to spend the next few days talking about how much oxygen left. You heard the implosion. Ain't no oxygen left.
Man, hey, look, I've been listening to like some of the more credible YouTubers that talk about this, and more the ones that are engineers, and they're talking about like this was the problem, right? Is the way that they constructed the sub was out of like carbon fiber and titanium weave. Well, here's the thing: titanium and iron, or titanium and metal, it doesn't delaminate. The way that they talked about delamination, like, yo, it would happen so fast. By the time you start hearing it, it was over. Because of the weave. The weave was so bad that you would start hearing cracks, and then bam, it would be over. That's how fast it was, or how fast they claimed it to be.
I just hate it for that guy's family. The guy who made that sub, his family legacy is going to always be this.
Dog, he chose the wrong name for this company too. It's
no, that was God. That was God. Okay.
He named it Ocean Gate.
Exactly. That was God foreshadowing what was about to happen.
Oh, look! I'm just saying,
God can be funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not funny. Not that funny. We can't go.
Yes,
that funny,
he is. Though. Yes, he is. I got God. God's funny like that. He puts stuff right in your face sometimes. Just like when Carlos was at that damn fire. When Carlos was at that fire, what did it say on the billboard?
What did it say? I didn't see it.
Accidents happen. It said accidents happen on the billboard in front of the building burning, dog. That was God. I'm sorry. That was God. Only God.
Wow.
Literally.
If you ever seen Final Destination, that was some Final Destination shit right there, dog.
Oh, God.
Accidents happen right on the damn billboard as there's a fire next to it that is literally burning at 3,000 plus degrees.
Jesus Christ.
So here you go. So NASA is introducing the ability to recycle 98% of the water being used by astronauts.
I'll dive dehydration. Fuck all that.
No. I think this is nice because it shows that we have the technology to be able to harvest water from everything. So they're talking about 98% of astronauts pee and sweat on the ISS into drinkable water.
I'm good, dog. Don't get me wrong. So technically, they didn't discover anything, Keon, because the Earth has been doing that since the beginning of time.
Yeah, well,
they just adapted it to a
they're
new
making it
environment.
they're making it more efficient, though.
I don't know.
Hey, what's going on, Anthony?
I'm gonna just be a lot less thirsty knowing that it's the pee from yesterday. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, man, you're between that or dying of thirst. I'll do it. I don't care.
Hey, I'm not going up in space. You can have it.
I would if it was safe. If it was
Yeah,
safer, I'll do it.
and they're gonna run the whole control system on a Chromebook. Go ahead.
Oh,
Oh God! Wow. Hey,
talk
I'm just saying,
talk about a massive implosion of a blow. God damn.
Oh,
And it's gonna be running on a Starlink
I am
internet
sorry.
connection.
I am sorry.
When you get an HTTP error, the damn thing self explodes.
Wow.
I am sorry. Google needs you to authenticate to use Escape Pod.
Oh, and they don't have an internet connection.
All right, so hold on.
Right,
So hold on one second.
y'all. Right when the oxygen is about to run out on the spacecraft, you're gonna go, "Hey Google, how much oxygen do we got left?" None.
Fuck.
Wow. Hey, look. All right, so I got somebody in the comments that's saying, Keon, should I get Mint Mobile for $15 unlimited to test drive T-Mobile's network in Oakland?
No.
And he's in California.
No.
Now, wait. First of all, we don't even know if T-Mobile's good in Oakland. If T-Mobile's decent,
even if it is good, still no, because it's not an accurate representation of their network. It's the DePrio dog.
And
yeah, but the thing is, a lot of people
you have to pay 3 months.
Yes, you do. I mean, because I'm getting ready to do.
If you want to try T-Mobile, just do a test drive. That's the answer. It's free.
That is true.
Literally.
So you can download the T-Mobile app right now. And what's that?
What, Carlos?
You get 3 months for free.
The test drive is not working.
On all devices or just on a certain device?
I've been trying to install it on all devices and ain't installing right now.
Oh wow.
If mine was ran out, I would try it to find out if mine works or not. Mine ain't out yet.
Unless we're keeping track of IMEIs now.
Well, here's the thing. Anthony is asking, should he try it out? And my take on is if T-Mobile's pretty decent where you are, try it out. If it's not, your experience is going to be whatever T-Mobile experience is.
Your experience.
I'm gonna say just try to get the test drive to work because it's free. Why would you pay Mint Mobile when you can do it for free and get 3 months?
I know that I'm getting ready to test out Mint Mobile myself.
You're gonna get
compare it against T-Mobile itself.
You better use that partner link, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Keon, I also hear Brandon text me and said because he can't be in the podcast right now, you're going to try Mitchell Wireless next, too.
Oh, Lord.
And then followed by Black Wireless.
No, thank you. You can keep that. I'm going to let you have those two.
And by the way, for the people in the chat, Black Wireless isn't actually real.
Oh, it is.
It is. No, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
It actually is a MVNO. Look it up.
Mitchell Wireless is missing.
Mitchell Wireless.
I heard that Mitchell Wireless comes with a free chorizo dip every Wednesday.
Oh Lord!
Damn, they're copying T-Mobile Tuesdays.
Fuck
yeah,
they got chorizo.
You're pissed about
they
that.
got chorizo dip Wednesday. I mean,
oh Lord. Anthony, since you got an unlocked S23. Go to the Android App Store and download the T-Mobile app.
Correction, it's Google Play.
Google Play. Go to the Google Play Store and download that directly, and then see can you do a test drive to see if that's going to be the service you want to rock with. I know that $15 a month, man. That's a very enticing. Very enticing play.
Yeah, but free is better.
Free is better. Free is always better. But I just wanted to say that as a person who's a nerd about NASA and space travel, the fact that they can, recycle pretty much almost all of the sweat and urine is a good sign, because once we start going out to the stars, man,
Earth
bringing
has
your
already been
own
doing
bringing your
this.
own water is going to be a
I want
problem.
to see you. I want to see you on the waiting list, then, sir.
Hey, when they make it safer to travel, I'll be up there. I'll do it.
You better have the money.
Hey, first of all, I'm waiting.
Otherwise,
I'm
that's
waiting.
that song. I won't play the song, but I'll say it. Take your broke ass home.
You know what I want to say? Just for all my flat earthers out there, we need to start a GoFundMe for whoever the leading person is of the flat earthers. We need to start a GoFundMe for him to get the first ride out to space.
That's not gonna happen.
They need to go get the first ride out to space, dog. I'm just saying,
I think so. Hey, if you really feel
Elon,
like
make
the
it
Earth
happen,
is flat,
Elon or Jeff Bezos, get one of these flat earthers and stick them on that damn thing and send their ass up there.
Yeah,
but you gotta get the leader.
No, you go get B.O.B. B.O.B.
Oh,
said B.O.B. said that he said the Earth is flat. We stick him inside.
And I ain't seen him sign up to go to space yet. So
Alex Jones.
Stick Alex Jones in the damn thing.
Hey, GoFundMe, stick him up there.
Well, I will donate. I will personally donate. If Alex Jones or B.O.B. wants to go to space, I will be the first donator to your GoFundMe for you to go to space. I will personally give up $1,000 to see you go.
Wait. Alex Jones actually said the Earth is flat?
Yes.
Of course he did. He's
I
want
to hear this clip.
Of course he did. He's Alex Jones.
Alex Jones says shit, but I want to hear this for myself.
He literally said the U.S. military was trying to make the water turn people gay.
If the Earth was flat, dude, and this is just keeping it real, then why the hell do we need special satellite dishes for direct TV on in Alaska and Florida?
Hey yo. I made this argument to a guy years ago, Carlos. You know what this fool told me?
Bro,
he told me that the satellites are attached to the dome.
Bro, his mother should have swallowed him. That's what should have happened.
I asked him about the dome. He said, "Yeah, it's in the Bible. It says that there's a there's a dome on the earth."
You know that in Dish, because Dish we have service.
Oh, believe me, I know, Los.
Mexico even has a bigger dish than Florida and Alaska.
Yeah, I know.
To reach here.
I know. I already know.
Hey, Anthony, I'm right there with you, man. The James Webb Telescope is whooping the Hubble Telescope all day, every day. Believe me, I know.
And it's not running on Chrome OS.
Oh, and I'll tell you this: if you live on the East or West Coast and you want to know that the Earth ain't flat, all you gotta do is go outside and look at a satellite dish, and you'll notice that the ones in the West are tilted to the East, and the ones in the East are tilted to the West. The reason why is because of the daggum curve.
Well, hey, look, hey, what was it? Neil deGrasse Tyson even gave a better example. He said dig 3 holes. If the Earth was flat, sunlight would hit all 3 holes at the same time. All the way at the bottom.
They're gonna draw you some crazy map of how that's not true. You know how they are. You know how they are, dog. You know.
Yo, when he said that, I was like, you can't get no more simple than that. Dig a hole and see what happened with the light.
You got it. If you're in the northern hemisphere, you got to do it in the summer.
Well, that's just like this too. There's actually a video online where somebody talking about I could see so many miles over the water. They flew a helicopter out over the ocean from the coast with the person with the telescope, and all the helicopter did was go down 10 feet and it disappeared. If the Earth is flat, why it disappeared?
Hey,
it went to the other
side. They flew it up high so you could see it, and then they just dropped down, and somehow they magically disappeared.
It went to the other side of the disc.
Look, there's an easier way than getting a helicopter. All you got to do is get up high. Like you could get up high or stand up, and when the sun sets, when the sun right before the sun sets, lay down, and the sun would hit a certain point where you can't see it, and you stand up again and you can see the sun again. And that's just going from being laying on your back to standing up. That difference will let you see the sun again.
Bro, these flat earthers are ruthless, bro. They just don't let it go. They just don't let it go.
Well, they don't have enough people that push back against it.
Even Chat GPT challenges them, Keon.
Hey.
Chat GPT said, "You're a dumbass."
Yeah,
Go
literally.
to Fox News. For the best results, go to foxnews.com.
Cave, we don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, and
Fox
on that
News is
note,
dying,
and on
Kate. I
that
don't know what you're
note,
talking about.
and
It
on
died.
that note, we're gonna end that right here. Thank y'all for coming. I greatly appreciate y'all coming out.
No shit.
Let's see who
Thanks for
is Cade. We're gonna start with you first. Where can we find you at on the interwebs?
my name.
Just Cade.
Yep.
On Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. I actually deleted my Twitter.
Oh gosh.
After the whole Tucker Carlson being back on, I just deleted it. Yep, I couldn't handle it. That was the last straw.
All right, Cade. Brandon's not here. Austin, where can we find you on the interweb, sir?
You can find me at Austin's_tech on YouTube and stuff like that. You can also find me on Twitter. Links are thrown around on the tech channel on YouTube. And I do not show a passionate bias towards Chromebooks.
Of course you don't. You just don't like it. And no radio. So where can we find you on the interwebs? Is Carlos still in
You
here?
can find me in the back. Find me in the back seat with your mama.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
No radio.
Leave
these people's mamas alone.
On this stuff.
And
alone.
Carlos, the news reporter of Vegas. Where can we find you at, sir?
Fox News.
Oh gosh.
Crash.
Austin, we could find you at your local AC store. We can find you at.
He said you can find him at the AC distributor. By the condensers.
Nope. Austin, not only does he cover iOS, but he covers HVAC systems also.
No, I do not. That is fake news.
I heard they're coming out with the eye cooler, dog. They're gonna have that Apple air conditioning system, bro. Coming out, bro.
No.
Powered by M1. They put the H1 chip in the room sensors. Yep. I heard.
Hey, everybody, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. At my Twitter account is at Community Tech C1. And if you have a story that you'd like for us to talk about on the channel that's tech related, at me on the story, and we'll talk about it on up here. And that's what I'm doing right now, so we can get more people involved. And thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a good one. Oh boy, y'all boys